With today being the beginning of the early signing period, you will hear throughout the day that this 5-star player committed here and that 3-star player committed there. In this video, I want to go through a crash course of how players are ranked and what determines their star rating. So get your notebooks out and your pens ready because class is about to begin. I can already see you going down into the comment section below saying stars don't matter or 5-star equals good and no star equals bad. I want to stop you there and say it's not that simple. The truth is, the star ratings are for fans and a way to compare each school's recruiting class. If you think Nick Saban is logging on to 247sports.com or Rivals to see who the 5-star recruits are on this cycle, well then I have some ice to sell you in Antarctica. Each and every coaching staff do their own evaluations of players and rate kids on their big boards. Think building a draft board for the NFL. Check out my video I did on that in the link below. And 247 Sports explains how they make their board in a similar way, writing, "We feel that in order to produce an accurate product that is as objective as possible in an inherently subjective field, we need to have a clear vision as to what our rankings are trying to accomplish. Our ultimate goal is to accurately project college success with an element of raw ability baked in. To that end, we have turned to the NFL draft as the measuring stick and an answer key that best indicates, in a quantitative manner, the level of success and ability players showcase during their college careers. There's one important distinction to make. We are not projecting to the NFL. What a player does over the course of his NFL career is of very minimal interest to us. Instead, we are simply calling on NFL front offices to grade our work in what becomes a default assessment of the college careers by professional evaluators. The man hours and expertise the NFL front offices pour into film study, testing, interviews, and more point to a much more objective way of assessing a college career than alternatives likes of all-conference teams or statistics that can be corrupted by the level of competition, scheme limitations, uninformed opinions, and any number of other factors. A college coach may use the service for reference according to Bleacher Report, but they do their own scouting. Recruiting services take a lot into account when it comes to figuring out where to rate a player. They will take their athletic measurables and they evaluate their football skills, whether that be technique or their understanding of the game. The tape has the final call, but it is kinda complicated. Bleacher Report explains, unlike the NFL draft, evaluating high school players on film is a bit of a chore. It requires understanding the quality of the league or division that they play in. It also requires knowledge of how well he is coached. Sure, that's all taken into account to a degree in developing draft profiles, but remember that high school guys have significantly less exposure than college players. Some kids are really good in high school because they are well coached. Other players do not look so good on film because they are poorly coached, underdeveloped, and allowed to freelance on the field. It is the scouts' responsibility to use all the information they have to create their own rankings for the fans. I want to take a moment to pause and ask you, who your favorite college football player is all time. Let me know in the comment section below. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it because it really helps the video in the algorithm. So what do the stars actually mean? The next set of information comes from 247 Sports themselves. 5 stars, 98 to 110 rating, the top 32 players in the country to mirror the 32 first-round picks in the NFL draft. These are 32 players that we believe are most likely to be drafted in the first round from each recruiting class. The full list of 32 with 5-star ratings typically isn't completed until the final rankings. Any player with a rating of more than 100 is considered a franchise player and one that does not come around in every recruiting class. 4 stars, 90 to 97 rating, these are the players that we believe are most likely to produce college careers that get them drafted. By National Signing Day, this number is typically in the range of 350 prospects, roughly the top 10% of the prospects in a given class. 3 stars, 80 to 89 rating, this is where the bulk of college football prospects are found, and it incorporates a large range of abilities, all of whom we consider as possible NFL players long term. In other words, these are the players that determine whether a college team will compete for a conference title or be towards the bottom. This is where evaluators make their money. A high 3-star prospect, 87 to 89, is considered a player with significant NFL upside who we expect to be an impact college football player. A mid 3-star, 84 to 86, is a player that we consider to be a capable starter for a Power 5 football team and an impact player at the Group of 5 level. A low 3-star, 80 to 83, is a player that we consider to be a potential contributor at a Power 5 program, but a probable Group of 5 starter with an impact potential. 2 stars, 70 to 79 rating. These are the prospects that we consider to be FBS level players with a very limited NFL potential. The star system isn't perfect, and if it was, then the schools with the highest rated recruits would always, keyword always, win, but that's not how our game works. The star system gives fans an idea of what to maybe expect from a player throughout their career. 24/7 Sports has regional and local scouts that determine these players' ratings. The regional scout's role is to manage state and position rankings in assigned regions, assure that all FBS prospects and commits are evaluated in their assigned region, communicate with local site reporters to develop the most informed state and position ranking, bubble up all 4 and 5 star rankings suggestions to the ranking council. The local scout's role is to evaluate and collect information on prospects regionally, mine market and college sources to better inform the regional scouts and ranking council on necessary ranking adjustments in the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, and 2-star range. Bubble up information on 3-star suggestions to regional scouts and 4 or 5-star suggestions to both regional scouts and ranking council. The ranking council's role is to coordinate and produce the top 24/7, 4-star, and 5-star rankings, contribute to and oversee the position and state rankings nationwide, communicate with regional teams and sites to develop heavily informed national rankings. So far in this video, I've gone from the 24/7 Sports perspective, but you will hear a lot about the composite, which I use when I talk about players in my video. What is it then? Well, according to 24/7 Sports, the 24/7 Sports composite rating is a proprietary algorithm that compiles prospects' rankings and ratings, listed in the public domain by the major media recruiting services. It converts average industry ranks and ratings into a linear composite index capping at 1.0000, which indicates a consensus #1 prospect across all services. The 24/7 Sports composite rating is the industry's most comprehensive and unbiased prospect ranking and is also used to generate 24/7 Sports team recruiting rankings. All major media services share an equal percentage in the 24/7 Sports composite rating, and the composite index equally weighs this percentage among the services that participate in ranking for that specific prospect. All industry services have a different philosophy on the number of stars distributed with each class. The 24/7 Sports composite rating assigns stars based on the approximate average distribution of stars from the industry. 24/7 Sports produces ratings and rankings that contribute to the 24/7 Sports composite. These ratings can be viewed alongside the 24/7 Sports composite for a comparison. Recruiting rankings and stars are an inexact science, but it is something that gives fans of college teams hope and excitement, a lot like the NFL draft does for their fans. It gives a fan a glimpse into what the future may hold. We have seen 5-star players flame out, and we have seen 0-star players become NFL prospects. We've covered all those types of stories on this channel. If it weren't for services like 24/7 Sports, ESPN, and Rivals, it would be hard for an average fan to comprehend what their team is getting for the future. And when it comes to the team rankings, it gives fans something to brag about to their friends and coworkers about as we wait for the next season to come along. At the end of the day, a player's gift, work ethic, and coaching will decide how successful they are, not the rankings. But what do you think about college football recruiting rankings? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.